Howdy ho, Andrew aka Kalfear here. Welcome to the Onion Buns and welcome to another episode of Hilarious Gaming Stories. So, I'm really proving myself to be a liar here. Every time I think I'm done with DAOC, I remember another story. So, maybe this will be the last one for a bit. As I said, I was the guild leader. And I used what I had learned in Neverwinter Nights on AOL. The guild that I ran in, which was also named Core, but it was Crusaders of the Realms. They ran that guild fantastic. And they taught me so many important lessons on how to be an effective guild leader and run a guild. Because it's not just about getting a name and inviting people to join. You need to give those people a reason to be a part of that guild. It was about making content for the members. And this is how I approached being a guild leader in Dark Age of Camelot. One of the activities I came to is Dark Age had this one area that I had completely forgotten about, but it wasn't giants, but they were, well, they were giants, but they weren't like giants. They were big, like twice the size of you, but they weren't these monstrosity 10, 15 feet high giants. And it was out in the desert, and it was a biatch if you were there solo, or even with one or two people. Like, these things were tough. So it was much like the story I told you about the city of Avalon, is I would go there, I would do a guild night. And we'd usually have, I want to say 20, 25 people there, members. And it got to be so popular that we had non-guilds asking to join in because their guilds were not doing this. And they wanted to join in. First off, it was amazing XP. So that's what we would do. And we'd go out there, and how we'd do it is if you hit a monster, you got credit. It wasn't limited to your group in DAOC. Everybody that hit the monster got credit. So what I would do is I'd run out there as my paladin. I'd run out and I'd collect like 6 or 7 of these giants, and I'd drag them back to the group, and I would hit them a few times because I needed to hit them to get aggro, get threat going, and I'd hit them a few times, get aggro and everything, and the cleric would keep me alive. And then everyone would jump in and kill it, and everyone would get XP, and then we would just loot, and at the end of the night, we'd just divide the loot up to whoever needed what.